What's up guys, Graham here. Thanks a lot for clicking on the video, really appreciate it. Obviously with the title I'm going to talk about signing a contract to be part of the Gymshark team. So I was lucky enough to do that this past Friday there, and I'm going to go into sort of what happened, how it happened. I don't really know how this video is going to be structured really. I'm probably going to end up just bouncing around and rambling on, but if you could do me a favour while you're still watching just now, just give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be a lot of Gymshark content especially coming pretty soon. So yeah, basically signed with Gymshark on Friday. We'll backpedal a little bit. I did a video, or my last video there was talking about when I went down there for the Christmas lunch on December 19th down at the headquarters in Birmingham. So how that sort of happened was on Instagram I did something that was called Quest to be a Gymshark, where I would make a post every day, mostly wearing Gymshark stuff or doing Gymshark related stuff, and I would just tag them Quest to be a Gymshark day 1, day 2. So I'll talk about Quest to be a Gymshark probably a little bit more at the end of this video. So from doing this on Instagram, they'd reached out to me a few times throughout the journey, and then it was on like a day 1000 we ended up doing a photo shoot at the Olympia in Vegas, and then I was going back to Scotland for Christmas. So I live in America right now, but I'm obviously from Scotland, so I was going back home to visit. We connected again and they invited me down to their Christmas lunch at the headquarters. So that was my previous video tells that whole story, so go watch that one. So that all happened, so I explained that in that video. We did the Christmas lunch, I went back to Scotland, and I spent New Year in Scotland, and then it was like maybe I was supposed to fly back to America on this Saturday, and then on the Wednesday someone from Gymshark, and again I probably won't mention too many people's names that were involved in this because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to or whatever, so say one of the guys texted me on Wednesday night and he was like, hey man, what you doing when do you go back to America is basically what it started off with. And I was like, oh, I'll go back on Saturday. And he was like, oh, I'd love to catch up with you before you go. Are you available on Friday? And I was like, yeah man, do you want me just to call you or something? Like, I wasn't sure because obviously Scotland's quite a distance from Birmingham, but he was like, oh no, it'd be brilliant if you could come and just get a catch up, we'll go get a workout in, get some lunch and stuff. And I was just like, sure. I mean, obviously I was just going to do anything, so we went down there. I drove down there with my dad on like the Thursday night or whatever, stayed in Birmingham the Thursday night and went to the Gymshark headquarters on the Friday. So walks in there, meets the guys that I'm supposed to meet. We're just talking away, just talking about Gymshark and stuff like that for quite a while, and then one of the guys was like, oh, do you want to come play a bit of FIFA? So we ended up going playing FIFA at the headquarters, and I was just thinking, alright, this is cool, whatever, playing FIFA. And then another one of the guys comes down and he was like, oh guys, can you pause this game a little minute? He's got to come upstairs and see this. And I was like, alright, sure, obviously just do whatever you're told. So we walked upstairs, and then we started walking towards like the big boardroom that's in the HQ. You've probably seen it on the videos, one with the big huge table in there. So we're walking towards there and I'm thinking, oh, what's going on here? You can see through the little glass window and I see like Ben Francis and Noel just sitting there with like the rest of the sponsorship team and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. Walked in and I was just like, what's up guys? And I'm like, oh, alright Graham, take a seat, whatever. I've sat down, and then they had like a guy with a camera there or whatever. And they were like, oh, we just want to do a little 30-second clip of Quest to be a Gymshark and how you started and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, well, what do you want me to say or whatever? And they turned the camera on, I just said how it started and stuff like that. And then one of the guys that had texted me to come down just started saying like the nicest stuff ever, like about Quest to be a Gymshark and how they'd followed it for a while and just kind of how good it was, and it was just amazing to hear. And then next thing he just like said, that's why we want to invite you to be part of the Gymshark team, and he just whipped out a contract, and I was just like just gobsmacked. I can't even remember exactly what I said. I was just said something like, oh, thank you so much, like, and I just said, give us a cuddle, and I just gave them all a big hug, and I just obviously thanked them all how grateful I was and stuff like that. I just couldn't believe it. Honestly, just couldn't believe it. It was just like the craziest feeling ever. So then, just gave everyone a hug and stuff. Everyone said well done and stuff like that, which was great. And then, pretty much after that, it was like we went to the gym, just worked out or whatever. Worked out. Then we sort of took a bunch of pictures and stuff that I've already posted them on Instagram. We did all that stuff, and that was it. And then me and my dad had to leave. Pretty much when that happened, we had to drive back to Scotland. So yeah, that was really it. That's what happened. And then pretty soon we're just gonna make a game plan for sort of 2019 and what's in store, and I'll find all that out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. That's pretty much what happened. It was honestly just crazy. And then just obviously put the picture up on Instagram and stuff like that, and then all you guys on my Instagram just like loads of comments and stuff, and I was just like, oh my god, what's going on here? So that was cool, that was crazy. So yeah, that's kind of how the whole day of signing with Gymshark went down. It was honestly just like a dream come true. Absolutely, still not really sunk in. Probably the past, say, 4 days, I sort of travelled back from Scotland to America, got back to work and stuff, and it was just like, oh man, it hasn't even sunk in. It's just crazy. So then I put a post on Instagram, just like if anyone had any questions that wanted me to answer in this video / talk about Quest to be a Gymshark. So while I've got some of you guys here, what Quest to be a Gymshark was, or how it started. So I used to be like a professional soccer player, or just played football, soccer, for like my whole life, and then probably like 6 years ago got injured, tore my ACL, couldn't play football anymore, and I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do now? Like what that's all I knew what to do. So I was like, I don't know what to do. Signed up for the gym, didn't know nothing about the gym, walked in, met two of my now best friends, Rory and David from Twin Fitness, who are wearing like some of the first ever Gymshark apparel. It was like the signature stringers. We said it was the black and the pink writing Gymshark, and I was like, what's that? And they showed me Gymshark. It had literally just started back then, whatever it was. I think it was like 2012 I first saw these guys. Then going into 2013 I really started watching like all the athletes and stuff, and just got really motivated. From then I was like, that's something I'd love to try and do, because I can't play football anymore. I'd love to try and be like on the Gymshark team or whatever. So then I always kind of thought that, and then obviously time passed, and I was like, how can you, like, obviously everyone wants to do that that's in fitness. They want to be a part of Gymshark, or most people do. So it's like, how do you break through like the noise, or the people that are trying to get there? And I was like, I was thinking, and then I was like, well, how did I become a footballer? Because it was essentially the same thing, not the same thing, but similar. Like, you have to work really hard. So many people want to do it. So many people will like doubt that you're trying to do that and say, it's not really realistic. But I became like a football player, not really through amazing talent, to be honest. It was more sort of hard work and like consistency and persistence. So I was like, that's what I'm good at. That's what I know I can do. Like, I know that. So I was like, okay, how can I apply that? What can I do to show that? And then I was on Instagram one day, and I saw actually another Scottish bodybuilder. His name's Stu Mack, and he does on Instagram Quest to be Jacko De Bruyne. He was trying to emulate one of his idols, and I was like, man, that is so cool. Maybe that's what it could be, like Quest to be a Gymshark. And then I just shot Stu a message, and I was like, hey man, do you mind if I start my own quest, and this is how I want to do it, Quest to be a Gymshark. And then that was like, I think, say like 3 years and 3 months ago is when I started it. It was like back in like September of like 2015 or something. I lived in California at the time, so I started Quest to be a Gymshark, and I just tagged Gymshark every single day, and it was like, it just rolled. It just became like part of my daily routine. And then it started to get a bit more traction. Like, people were messaging me saying, oh, this is cool, man, like, this is awesome, I hope you do it, blah blah blah. And it was just fun. It was really fun to me. It was just part of my daily routine. Then after a year, I got sent, Gymshark DM'd me, asked for my address, they sent me like a package with some clothes, and Ben Francis wrote out like a really nice card saying that they're watching, and it was motivating and it was really good. So that was cool. That happened after a year. Then time passed, and you know, you would get occasional likes or comments or whatever from like Gymshark or people associated with that. So that was cool. And then the big one was day 1000. Like, we made a post, did a video post on that one, just talking about like how cool the support had been with Quest to be a Gymshark, and literally the comments on that post, you should go back and look on that on Instagram, day 1000, the comments are just insane. That's when I was like, holy smokes, like, this is something, like, just people love this, or people are supporting this or getting behind it, and it was just so motivating. But then Gymshark, and it was actually No Mac that commented first, but then Gymshark contacted me and they wanted to do a photo shoot in Vegas at the Olympia with Chris Bailey. So, and from that they sent me some clothes again and a customised t-shirt, Quest to be a Gymshark, with my name and Instagram in the back, which was awesome. So took that stuff, did the photo shoot in the Olympia with Chris Bailey, so that was cool. Then from there, that's when I was going home to Scotland or the UK for Christmas. Reached out to Gymshark to say that I was going, and I wanted to go and visit the HQ anyway, so I wanted to thank the individual that really sorted out the photo shoot portion of it, and then that's when it sort of snowballed from there, and I ended up getting invited to their Christmas lunch, which was awesome. I won't go into that, but there's a video on that explaining that situation. So yeah, then that's when I got invited back down to the second time, which was when they surprised me and asked for me to be part of the team. So that's kind of full circle, and that's sort of Quest to be a Gymshark. It was like, just the reason I do it, and I'm going to keep doing it, is I wanted something like tangible for people to see that, like, if you really, really believe in something and you work like your hardest at it, and sort of don't take, like, not no for an answer, but don't take any negative, like anyone's negative opinions, and don't let it affect you, and you go tunnel vision, you can do some crazy, crazy stuff. Because I didn't have anything to document my journey from being a kid to making it to play professional football. Like, social media and that wasn't huge throughout that journey, so I couldn't do that. So then I was like, I'd love to do this and document it, because I did it before, so I'd love to do something similar and show people that you can do honestly whatever you want. Because Quest to be a Gymshark really started when I walked into a gym in Scotland and not knowing nothing, and then just through perseverance and hard work we made it onto the Gymshark team. So I wanted people to be able to see that. You can literally scroll through my Instagram feed and see what happened day by day. Every day is just there, boom, boom, boom. It doesn't have to be a Gymshark, it could be whatever, like a dancer, a lawyer, a better dad, a different sports company, I don't know, like whatever. But the proof is there. I wanted to have something to back it up and say, look, it happened. So then going into like a couple of questions that people had on the comments on Instagram, it was like people were asking about like, how do you stay that consistent and like not give up, or when it through the highs and the lows, really, how do you stay consistent? I had to think about that really. I think I was lucky and I got that from football, because I just absolutely loved playing football and I just did it every single day, and I really became numb to any sort of like negative opinions towards what I was doing. It was weird. It was kind of weird when I was growing up. People were like, oh, you're not going to be a footballer, or yeah, you want to be a footballer, good one, or whatever. And it's kind of like you take a weird kind of motivation from that, and I was like, yeah, we'll see. But that kind of happened. That happened all the way growing up, so that definitely helped me when I did Quest to be a Gymshark. Because of course, like, oh man, especially when I started it, there was like, just so, you just get, you know what I mean, you get the comments, which is fine, like just people being like, oh yeah, everyone wants to be a Gymshark, you've got no chance, mate, or like, Gymshark, good one, when are you going to give up, why don't you try and go to another company, or just people calling you like Gymshark in general, like, and it's just kind of like, it was kind of weird, because I kind of knew, like, I was like, well, I'm not going to give up on this, this is gonna go on for a long time, so I think something could happen. So yeah, that I just kind of had it in me to like not pay much attention to what anyone else said, because I knew what I wanted to happen, and I was just going to go for it. And if it didn't happen, I gave it everything. So when you know you're doing something that you want to do, it doesn't matter what anyone else says, really. Another one was, like, how does my life and passion and stuff like that align with Gymshark? It's just like, I always want to just try and be better and help other people get better from what I've learned, really. So that's what I want Quest to be a Gymshark to be, is like people to see that journey and say, wow, if he did that and Graham's just a normal guy or whatever, then I can do anything. So that, I felt like that kind of aligned there. And I mean, throughout my life right now, my main job is like a football coach. We have a football coaching company where we go in and coach a lot of kids football, so I'm always trying to promote like physical activity. Obviously I lift all the time myself, so I think it just goes hand in hand, really. And then the other question mainly was like sort of my reaction to being asked to join the team. I sort of explained that there when they took me into the boardroom and gave me the good news, but it was just like sheer, just every single emotion you can think of. Like, I was obviously buzzing, I was like shocked, I was like, oh my god, like, how has this happened? Trying not to cry, I didn't cry, so I was just like, I remember that. So it was just like every single emotion and just excitement, because now I'm like, this is going to be a big year, and I'm ready to crush it. So yeah, just really excited. This video is running on quite a bit now. We're nearly at 17 minutes, so if you're still watching, I love you guys. I really appreciate you. I'm going to try my best to make some cool stuff with Gymshark this year, and hopefully you guys want to see that type of content. So yeah, that's how I ended up signing with Gymshark. That's a little bit about Quest to be a Gymshark. I'd love you guys to give the video a thumbs up again. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And yeah, that's it. So let's get it. Thanks a lot, guys.